a 40-foot concrete owl, and the owl is like the Bohemian Club mascot, and its name is Molech. And now the problem though is that this Molech character, this Molech owl character, goes back like to Druid times.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing this shit is like some shit that they did back in the Druid days.
Okay.
And they say it's like a mock of tradition, like they're making fun of all these different, like I don't know if you ever went to summer camp, but summer camps have a lot of summer camps. They do have a very we light the torch and then we light the arrow, and the arrow represents to light our path, kind of a thing. Well, this is supposed to be like making fun of all that when you were a kid.
Okay.
That's what they say. I don't know. It seems pretty fucking crazy that they're doing this whole chant, lighting this fucking body on fire, and
or is
right
it
in front
really
of a 40-foot this owl statue. It just seems really fucked up to me.
Or is it really some ritual?
That's the thing. Is it? We don't know. We're not fucking there. But I don't know. To me, it seems fucking. They say it's just a play, but I don't know. It seems kind of fucked up to me. But that's not the most fucked up. The most fucked up part is that some of the people that have been there are like seriously in the know.
U.S. presidents?
Yeah, they have pictures of Nixon and Reagan in one picture. They have both the Bushes in another picture. They've had Eisenhower in one of the pictures. These were all members. Eisenhower was a member. At one point in time, they had the top 2 people from like every major power company in America were members. Like CEO and CFO, shit like that, like the top dogs of the top dogs in the power companies and oil companies and all this kind of shit. Like, so, and then they have these discussions and talks, and they say, well, no policy gets made, but they do have discussions. It's fucking crazy.
Well, they say that no policies or anything gets discussed there, except for that one time for that thing called the Manhattan Project.
Right. That one time the Manhattan Project got started there. And we all know what happened, what came of the Manhattan Project.
Watchmen.
The Watchmen.
Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, it's just really fucked up. You know what I mean? And this happens every year, and this is the biggest, the richest people in the world are here, and they're there for 2 weeks out of the year. It's just really fucked up. You know?
Funny enough, it happens around this time, doesn't it? It happens around this time of the year.
Yep, around this time. Every year they go there. And I don't know. And they say all the books are secret. You don't know who it is until years later. Then they release who was members, or people smuggle the list out and leak it to the media or whatever. But most of the press nowadays, they don't want to hear about shit like this. This is just conspiracy theories.
What are the odds of K-Dog and Pato sneaking into that one?
Man, many people have. Like I said, Alex Jones snuck in, and then he confronted somebody out on the main streets about it, and this guy basically was like, yeah, you're right, but you're not a fucking gentleman. Get out of my face. You can see it all on YouTube. It's fucking crazy. Alex Jones, dude, if we're as fucking crazy as he is, that motherfucker, when he walks, his balls got to clank. He's got balls of steel, and he's crazy as shit, and he knows it, and he don't give a fuck.
I'm not a big fan, but there are some things that I found funny. I think one of his... I heard it on YouTube. I guess they were talking about how the water was turning people into homosexuals.
Like, you don't give a fuck, dude.
And
whether
then,
he's full of shit or not.
What I just found funny and ridiculous is that one of the sponsors for that particular episode was this water filtration system. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, like, the water is turning your kids into homosexuals. But hey, order whatever I can remember.
Brought to you by Culligan, man.
There was something I can't remember what fucking filtration company it was, but that was one of the things I encountered about Alex Jones, and the rest of it was just, I don't know. I was never really a big fan.
He's way out there.
But
I'm not saying he's a fucking brilliant man or anything. I'm just saying.
But the fact that
his shit is crazy as fuck. He don't care. He just puts it out there.
But gotta give him props for sneaking into this motherfucker.
Right. So that's the Bohemian Club. I'm sure there's people out there that probably know more than I do. I don't know. It's just fucking wild. You got former presidents. Oh, and most of them were not presidents when they were there.
Hmm.
It was after they left there that they became presidents.
It's kind of like you belong to this group that, well, I don't know, kind of like a mafia that you go there and you become a made man.
Right. Or a fucking cabal. You know what I mean? Like, really? A cabal? Like, I don't know. And then, you got other groups that some famous people have been in, like Skull and Bones and Freemasons and shit like that.
George Bush.
Those are kind of,
Bones.
I don't know. I've known some Freemasons. You have too.
Yeah.
That I know of. And the Freemasons that I've known have not been, they're not setting fucking precedents in this fucking world. I can put it that way. One of them could. I could see one of them. One of them could. One of them I hold in the highest regards, and as long as I live, I will hold one of them in the highest regards. But the other one I love dearly, but he's not making fucking Washington D.C. news. I can tell you. Well,
let's say I guess I would know 3 of them then, and yeah, there's one of them that I would give props to. The other 2, I don't know.
Right. So, actually, I've known a couple more. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, that is true.
Now, Shriners, on the other hand, that they are a part of the Freemasons, but they're kind of like a different sect. They themselves do a lot of good for kids. I'll give it that. So I'll say they can change. They're changing worlds in their own way. Those Shriners, boy, and them little cars, and all this work they do for the hospitals.
Nah, I think the Elks appeal a little bit more to me.
Okay, see, I don't know anything about the Elks.
I mean, they do charity work too, but I know they drink a lot. So you heard the term they're alcoholics. So I don't know.
I'm all for it right there. You got me with drinking.
I don't know. I knew somebody that was he at one point in time he was one of the presidents. They have like their little charters and whatever.
Okay.
And he was very involved in that, and but like I said, I was too young at the time to give a shit. To me, that was like, sounds like old people club,
Right.
I don't know. I was so young.
And here we are. Maybe they changed the world.
Perhaps,
But the only other club or only other really big conspiracy theory that I know of, that personally, like I believe the Bohemian Club does do a lot of underhanded, shady things to get people to put in places. The other group that I believe once they do something with those people once they're in those places is the Bilderberg group.
The Bilderberg group.
Yeah, that's one group that I don't know. And once again, it's some of the people that are in very high places, presidents, prime ministers, that's not really the leaders of industry as much as it is heads of state and things like that, congressmen, things like that. But like Bill Clinton was one of them. Margaret Thatcher was another one. In fact, there's a really neat book called The Bilderberg Diaries by a guy. The guy who wrote it was a journalist for the Washington Post. He was so transfixed with the idea of this group that he left the Washington Post and became a full-time researcher into this group. And now, when the last time I heard about them meeting, they blocked off like, I don't know, 20 city blocks. Nobody could come within anywhere near, and no cameras are allowed in there. Of course, it's all completely media free. One of the things, though, that's very, very interesting is that they say when they're discussing these things, when they're having their Bilderberg Club meetings, you are not. Let's say you're a senator. You are not bound by your senatorial. How do I word it? You are not bound by any promises or anything like that you made when you became a senator. Which is very, very interesting to me.
Yeah,
that's very shady.
Well,
You
like
know,
this Bilderberg group, I read, like I said, and I've heard about things. They're like, usually when you hear that name, you usually think of a group that's pushing for a one world government.
yeah, most of them are. Most of them are pushing a for that. Let's see if I can. Okay, so this is per the official website. Okay, it says, thanks to the private nature of the meeting, the participants take part as individuals rather than in any official capacity, and hence are not bound by the conventions of their office or by pre-agreed upon positions. As such, they can take time to listen, reflect, and gather insights. There is no detailed agenda, no resolutions are proposed, no votes are taken, and no policy statements are issued. So, that's wild. It's like anything that you agreed when you became a congressman, a senator, a president, whatever. Those rules don't apply when you're in this meeting. So anything you talk about is fair game there. It's just wild to me that how do you get to put your oath on to office or duty to country, put that on pause? And that's per their own website. Like they have been known to talk about things that were going to be put into place in Africa. Okay, and measures that were going to be taken and things that they were going to do there, or that these countries are going to do there, without any people from Africa actually being there.
Exactly, making decisions over other people's lives.
Right, and they don't even get a say in it.
So, we started off talking about elections and how we end up with only two old guys when it's all said and done. It kind of makes it feel like it's been orchestrated by one of these groups, right?
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
I mean, like, this is, we've already decided who's going to be president. My uncles and my dad, when they used to gather around a fire and start, sometimes they'd have their beers, whatever. Conversations sometimes would gravitate towards that. And my dad was convinced that there was a council of 12 Europe, usually from the old countries, he would say, like Europe, of elderly people or elderly men that, controlled every action in the world.
And I 100% believe that.
It's getting to that point, right?
I really do believe that. I really, really 100% do. I mean, when you talk about, for most governments, when they need money, they turn to one family. Since the 1500s, one family has been the bank or the cashier for most governments.
Let's see.
Think about that.
Rothschild.
Yeah.
Rothschilds, yeah.
Yep. And then you have the Federal Bank Reserve, which is a privately owned company that, once again, loans money to the government. They set the interest rates. They set everything. And when the government needs money, they go to those guys and they take care of it. I mean, you just heard the Cheeto talking about, during this stimulus, I talked to the Federal Bank Reserve and they authorized a loan.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about private organization is lending money to America. I mean, during I want to say Franklin Roosevelt days. I'm not 100%. I'm not a historian. So if you do know, let me know. If I'm not trying to offend nobody, but I want to say it was a Franklin Roosevelt time when they forced Americans to turn over their gold for cash. Like, all Americans had to turn their gold in and get cash for that said gold. And the Federal Bank Reserve is who owns all that gold, so they're the ones that can back the dollar. And for every dollar that's printed, the Federal Bank Reserve gets money. They charge the U.S., hey, we're charging you a nominal, some nominal fee for every dollar we print.